Woofs. Woofs. Wolves.
Why are you barking?
Woofs. Woofs.
Rough. I don't know what's going to
Wolf. Wolves.
meow.
Starring Brad Pitt and George Clooney. Directed
the
by
horror,
John.
the horror classic, by the way.
Directed by John Watts. Surprisingly, that has no wolves in it. Not a horror movie. I thought it was a horror movie. Or no spiders or wolves harmed during the making of this movie. Directed by John Watts, who directed the Marvel, the MCU Spider-Man movies.
Did you direct all of them?
Yeah, he directed all of them.
Oh,
He gave us this movie about the Fixers.
Wolves.
Apparently, the title of this movie comes from the Pulp Fiction guy, the Wolf, right?
Yeah.
That's where it's from, right? That's what this movie's about. You get two fixers that they are hired to fix a problem. A dead body is
they clean up situations.
Fixers, right? The cleaners, the fixers. They get hired to fix a situation for a potential district attorney, and through the transcourse of fixing the situation, they unravel
Do you see
the
transcourse?
plot of the movie. Yeah. So this movie,
Is that a word?
This movie is very enjoyable. Is carried by majority is just those two characters, is Brad Pitt and
George Clooney.
The whole movie is them talking, and they play off each other well still.
Well, yeah, I mean, they are buddies. They are friends in real life. I mean, when I was watching it, all I could picture was Ocean's 11.
Oh, when they're talking in the bar,
it's those characters, the same characters. Yeah.
It's just it's them, but now in a rated R setting because they get to curse.
You're telling me they didn't curse in the Ocean's movies?
Yeah.
No, they didn't. It's PG-13. They didn't curse. There's no F-bombs. There's none of that.
Of course, no F-bombs.
And barely. I mean, even in this, it's not like too much.
There's a good amount of there's a good amount of F-bombs. But this movie surprisingly fun, and the chemistry between the two, like the friendship that's built through the movie between these two guys.
He goes full.
Not only that,
he goes full Clooney in this,
and not only that, and not only that, between them and
that kid works around a lot.
Austin
young man, discount Timothée Chalamet, right?
You mean the kid from No Hard Feelings?
Is that? Oh well, you only bring that movie.
No, I don't know.
You only bring that up because
he wants to talk about Jennifer.
Awesome fight scene.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Not the same
Lawrence, right?
Jennifer Lawrence, yeah.
Yeah.
But
the woman's a mother.
Yeah, damn right.
But from the beginning of the movie, from Amy Ryan's introduction to the whole situation and her calling George Clooney's character, her calling that fixer, and to the hotel, her calling that fixer, and then the hotel, which has hidden cameras, and them calling Brad Pitt's fixer, the other fixer. They're both wolves, they're both wolves, right? They're both wolves.
That's all I hear now.
They're both wolves. They're both wolves.
Woof.
And so I really found myself just like laughing at the situations, and I enjoyed the writing. I enjoyed from the moment that kid wakes up and then runs, like they take him to the doctor, and he runs out of the doctor's office, and he's making those weird sounds, like the turkey gobbles while he's running down the streets in his underwear. Yeah, I was like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
And then that whole chase scene down the street, I found myself
in his underwear.
Yeah,
In his underwear.
in the snow. I found
I mean,
myself
him-
invested.
Yeah, him sitting around with them too, just talking to them. He
Mhm.
brings so much humor to it.
And humanity to them both. By the end of it, like I was
Yeah, he's like,
invested, and
You guys aren't friends? Like for sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
you guys aren't
Yeah.
partners. You
Yeah.
guys partners.
Did you guys produce this movie? Yeah.
No, and then like towards the end, of the movie, because they're alluding to that something, like obviously there can be no loose ends, right? Because they're hired to do a specific job. This kid is, part of the job.
Proof.
There can be no loose ends.
Yeah.
So you find yourself, like I found myself attached to the kid. I'm like, oh, bro, no, like, and
Yeah.
so they build it up so well. That's the thing about this movie. They build it up so well, that towards the end, and all the dominoes are falling into place, and why everything happened the way it happened, why they both were called.
But it's
You know,
only
why-
Clooney in the beginning.
Yeah, it's only him, but then why Brad Pitt was called also,
Yeah.
and how they figure it out. I liked how it all ended because I thought it was going to be left with like, oh, it was just a coincidence that they were both called.
Yeah.
I thought that's how the movie was going to end, that they were going to be, oh, cool, now we're all buddy.
There are no
Yeah.
coincidences.
Yeah, it was just going to end like that. But with the movie ending the way it did, with that like open ending, I enjoyed it. Right? They don't give names. That's the thing. They don't give there's no names given in this movie. No one had the characters have no names.
Wolf.
Yes, woofs. They're both
That's
woofs.
That's the way I like it. No names.
No names.
Mhm.
No names, and cover my eyes before I go into a room.
That's right.
And no kissing on lips either.
And that safari room was disgusting, by the way. That safari room when they turned the lights
was
on and all those
horrible.
giant roaches. The giant roaches, and that rat that's just standing
Flashbacks?
there.
Did you have flashbacks?
No, that rat that's just standing there,
Yeah.
and he's just staring at him.
Yeah.
That's kind of gross.
This was a fun movie.
That was this was finally one of the movies that Ozzy picked, and I was like, okay, cool, this is a good movie that he picked.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah,
Well,
and-
it's
and-
something good.
2024 is ending on a good note that Ozzy finally picked a good movie.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe he has a good streak.
Yeah.
not just in my underwear.
Oh,
Gross. Why has it be gross? Mm.
girl.
Mr. Hank.
But I think the movie, from having a really good, it's a small cast, a really good cast, strong writing.
Bro,
So it's a good.
The second I saw his dad, the kid's dad, I was like, all right, so I see it.
And I like what they did. Like the dad is obsessed with Frank Sinatra, right?
Yeah.
The whole obsession with everything is Frank Sinatra. And you don't
What's
even
his
know
name
what
again?
Richard
Richard
Kind.
Richard Kind. He's hilarious.
Mhm. They
I've
don't
heard
utilize
so
him in
many,
other movies.
so many interviews with him when Gilbert Godfrey was alive,
Yeah.
and he had his podcast. Oh man, hilarious. That's all I want to say.
I'm not doing any pressure on my throat hurts.
No, but I
thought it was
I
no
thi-
kissing.
Oh, gross.
It doesn't
no, but
involve kissing.
Gross. But no, but I did
Whistle,
enjoy
whistle.
this movie. I think, and I was surprised that it was I was surprised that it was John Watts, and because it was an Apple, an Apple TV release, like it was an Apple movie, it was direct to Apple. I think he got the freedom to make it a rated R movie, right? You got the freedom to make it a little bit more violent, even though
I think it was
the
originally
sh-
I think it was originally supposed to be a regular release, but I think with
I think it was
success of
released.
I think it was released for
in the
1 week.
theaters.
It was one of those
Yeah.
1 week releases.
But I think with the success of like a lot of stuff on Apple, they
No,
just went
what success with stuff on Apple? Like, remember,
with show
Apple
as shows. I'm just
No. Apple did release movies in theaters, and they failed. Argyle failed. And what was it? That other Fly Me to the Moon failed. They
Yeah.
tried releasing movies in theaters.
Isn't it the movie with Scarlett Johansson?
Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum, and then Argyle. Those movies were were released in theaters, and those were big flops.
But what about that movie, the one that won the Oscar with the sign language?
Coda?
There you
Coda.
go. No.
Yeah.
I was trying to think about it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that one did well, but this year the movies that they did release flopped. The two movies that they advertised that they were releasing in theaters didn't make any money, right? So they released this one. I think it was only
I
one
blame
weekend.
us because we watched Argyle, we reviewed it, and they said, "Why are we going to watch it now?"
No one saw that episode. Thanks. So,
I
but
didn't
again,
even watch
no
it.
one saw that movie. No one saw that movie.
Okay.
No one saw that movie. Hey, that wasn't a bad movie, right? It was just a bad haircut for Henry Cavill.
Was it though?
Yes, it was. It was a horror. It was a bad flat top. Why would you get Henry Cavill a flat top?
Because proof that.
And then plus you have this weird fight dance scene in. I don't even want to get into Argyle.
the colorful.
No, but see, I think this would have been a better movie to market and to release in theaters than Argyle. This was a better movie.
I think it's better as a release on streaming, just because that movies are out there right now making money. You really can't sell this movie that much. You used to be able to, but not so much.
I mean, with the star power,
you would think so, but it's not. It wouldn't work well as to make money in the theaters.
No, I think if you advertised it well in the independent theaters, look, movies like Anora is the movie is not playing everywhere.
Yeah,
but it's making money. It's
making money. Yeah,
it's an indie. That's how you would have marketed this movie.
It's because
playing in smaller theaters. This movie wasn't made with a giant budget.
Yeah. Oh no, I get that, but at the same time, if you try to put it in the theaters, you're risking way more than putting it.
No, but you don't put it in. Like, you don't put it in a million screens. You don't put it on every screen. You do the same thing you do with like an indie film, just like they did with Coda. You do the same thing. You could have done the same thing you did with this, and I think this movie, because of how well it was written, because of the star power, this movie really is carried by Brad Pitt and George Clooney. Both of them, they carry all this movie.
They're charming as hell in this movie.
Back. Yeah, just them together in this movie really bring out like how well this movie is written. They do wonders with the script. I was engaged throughout the whole thing. And then when you add Austin Abrams, that the innocence that he brings in, because I've seen him in other things where, like, his character.
I can't think of.
I've seen him in other stuff. I've seen him in like TV stuff. I've seen him in like This Is Us. I've seen him in other movies where he plays
he's like from The Walking Dead and.
Yeah, I've seen him in other stuff that where he plays people that I don't like.
I looked him up. I know he's like in Euphoria and stuff. I've never watched Euphoria. But...
I've seen a couple scenes.
This guy.
No, not those.
Yes,
those
are City Sweeney.
Whatever. Yeah. Shut up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know why you
was a City Sweeney. Yeah.
Only the ones that City Sweeney. Is that what
yeah.
You leave me alone, right?
No, you can't be left alone. You're gonna go blind. Yeah, that's why he wears glasses.
Yeah,
I got carpal tunnel for a reason.
Look at he's wearing a wristband.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a long sleeve. Relax.
Oh,
I do have a wristband.
Is that hair on your palms?
That's right.
Ow! Ow!
Shakes hands.
Harry Bones.
No, but I think when you add, like, the movie is already working really well, but then when you add the mix of Austin Abrams in it and the innocence he brings in, because at a certain point in the movie, I thought, like, when I thought the name Wolf in the movie, I was thinking Wolf. I'm like, oh, this guy is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Like the kid, I think he was part, like, because they're talking about Albanians, they're talking all these. I think he's double crossing them. I think he's like part of this.
He might be a cop.
He's like, I think he's like, he's just an innocent kid. He's just like, he was just dumb. He was innocent. He's like, he literally thought he was helping somebody, right? And and these guys are so like, this guy's so innocent. We're just gonna help him, right? Let's just help him. Like, and he wins them over with how innocent he is, even though there was a whole 10 12 minute chasing that they just had with him, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, this whole, like, they win him over. They won, like, his character won me over, that I didn't want anything to happen to him either in this movie. That's within the span time. And this movie is only an hour and like 40 minutes long. It's not a long movie.
That was the best part about the thing, is the reason you can do that Clooney and Pitt's charm works is it wasn't for so long. It didn't drag on, like, hey, let's just have a quick
story
moment.
is very simple, so there's no need to drag it out.
Yeah, just like Red One. Very wintry movie, simple plot.
Yeah,
it was just fun to watch.
It's a Wonderful Life and wolves.
Wolves.
Red One right in the middle.
That's right.
Dylon.
Done. But if you guys have seen Wolves, Wolves. It's not wolves because there's no V, so it's wolves. You would pronounce it wolves. If you guys have seen Wolves, let us know. What did you guys think? Write in the comments. Let us know, what did you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for reminders. However that works. Notifications. Technology. It's new.
I'm just a simple caveman. Ooh.
That's right. This has been Vinny.
Zazie.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next time.